Hi, I'm Langston Frazier here with Discover UMES and Chris Prosser, Certified PGA Golf Professional and Internship Coordinator of the UMES PGA Golf Management Program. Chris is a 2005 graduate of Campbell University PGM program and has an MBA from Benedictine College and is currently pursuing his PhD in Organizational Leadership here at the university. Chris, thanks for joining me to talk about internships for students and what roles they play in advancing students' careers.
Thank you, Langston.
Over the past few years, some of our PGM students have gone to some pretty big and well-known golf courses around the country, like Pebble Beach Golf Links in California, Congressional, the Broadmoor in Colorado, Caves Valley in Maryland, and the Oakmont Golf Course in Pennsylvania, just to name a few. What's the importance of students doing internships, just not in golf, but in other disciplines?
Langston, internships are important because they give the students an opportunity to learn things that they like to do and things that they don't like to do. So I think that students should craft a plan to basically take a position in business, okay? Then take a position in finance, or take a position at a public golf course or a private golf course, and basically gives them a trial run to figure out where they would feel their best fit.
Some students say that they don't want to do an internship because they think it's pointless. What are some advantages of doing an internship, and how can not completing one hurt a student's career further down the road?
Well, internships are definitely important. So I think that if you don't pursue an internship, it could potentially give you a longer period of time between graduating college and actually finding your career, okay? An internship will give you and the employer a trial period of saying you would be a good fit for this organization or you would not be a good fit.
So you can, even while you're in undergrad, you can do internships, and you can even do one in your graduate school if you're looking for further advancing your career.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend at least doing an internship every year you're in college. You could do one after your freshman, sophomore, junior year, and then after you graduate, most employers would actually, I think, encourage you to do a longer internship period, 7 months to 12 months, and at the end of that, that could lead into a full-time career.
Now, I hear from some sources that they say internships can be paid, or you can get a credit for it, or sometimes you are not paid, and some students just do it for the experience.
Yeah, I think it depends on what type of financial position you're in. I would encourage students to look past if they're being paid or not, because at the end of it, if you have a good quality internship, it most likely will turn into a career or a job opportunity for you. So at some point, you may have to look at it as an educational expense.
And you can even travel. I think a lot of students that I know of usually travel internships, and I know you encourage in your office for some students to, don't stay in one area. You want to broaden your horizons and try different places.
Yeah, if we take golf course management, and if I have students that live in Maryland and only take opportunities for internships in Maryland, they're going to miss out on going international. I'm encouraging our students to apply, in England and into Asia, into the Middle East. And in fact, golf is growing in every other country besides the United States. So if we're going to give our students the best opportunities to advance their careers, we have to let them see other parts of this world.
Great. For students who want to do an internship, how can they prepare and find internships?
Okay, one of the easiest ways is to talk to the Career Center here, or if you are a golf management student, obviously come see me. A lot of times what happens is employers will contact me through email or actually through a phone call and say, hey, I would like to hire an intern. What's the next step? And what we do is we actually have an internship board in the PGA Golf Management Office, and I actually keep a database with potential employers that are seeking our interns.
Yeah, and sometimes I know me personally, I have an internship book where I keep track of all the internship locations that I've looked at in the past. Even if I haven't been accepted to those jobs, I still keep a list of them.
Yeah, that's definitely a good plan.
One of the major elements of having a successful career is by remaining in contact with industry professionals by networking. Why is networking so important, and what tools can students use to keep track of their professional connections?
One of the tools that I would definitely recommend that students get a hold of is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is basically a social media for business professionals.
Some say it's almost kind of like a Facebook.
It's like a Facebook app for business networking opportunities. And networking is very, very important, especially for students that want to advance their careers, because it's who you know in this in industry. If it's hospitality industry, if it's in the golf industry, if it's in the finance industry. And sometimes those networks that you build on your internships could actually lead into career opportunities for you. Sometimes it's just a quick phone call, to your boss's buddy that he went to college with, and your boss might say, "Hey, Langston is a stand-up guy. He worked his butt off for me, and I would hire him in a second," and that's all it takes.
And sometimes you could have professionals from different industries say, "Oh, hey, I can help you with this job, or help you find a position, or maybe an internship." And it might not be that exact person that you first come in contact to, but it might be a secondary person.
Yeah, I've actually seen some students reach out to employers in the past, and those employers said, "You know what? I don't think that you're the right fit here, but let me help you." And one of the ways they helped you is, they brought you in for an interview to practice. And then the second thing is they actually helped edit their resume. And they said, if you want a job at Congressional Country Club, this is what you need on it,
Lastly, what is the best story you've heard from a student that you've helped find an internship, and how has it impacted them, and how has it affected you?
One of the best stories I ever heard from an intern was he was working for TPC Osnaplana in Princeton, New Jersey. And while he was on internship, there was a wedding, on a given Saturday in July. And the executive chef became ill and could not actually perform his duties at the country club. And Eric stepped up to the plate and said, "I've taken food production at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, and I can definitely come in the kitchen and help, take care of this event."
So definitely being trained in one background is always a good thing, but being trained in two backgrounds or more disciplines than just your main focus is always a good thing.
Yeah, I think with the place of the economy, and people are trying to kind of what they call right size, and if you have multiple skills, or you can be cross-trained in multiple areas, you'll definitely become more of an asset to your employer.
Well, that's all the time we have. Chris, thanks for joining me and being my guest today. Remember that internships are important to your future. I'm Langston with Discover UMES. Thanks for watching.